live. I know it's a little late to some of you, but it is late to me. No, not really. I have to adjust my hair. I just came from having dinner, petit dîner, and I know it's very, very late to some of you guys. But what can I say? My stomach is full. Um, my stomach is full. I'm here getting ready to go to Africa. I'm actually getting ready to go to Africa. Who wants to go with me? Last minute. This is last minute. But you must. The criteria is you must buy your own ticket. That's the criteria. So welcome, welcome to this life, y'all. Welcome to this life. Um, it's late. So if you're watching that, me, you guys are very loyal. And this is the public service announcement. I am heading to Africa this week. Public service announcement. So I'm excited. Heading to Africa, and what else? What else can I say? I'm just going all over the place. For business, for leisure, for pleasure, for whatever it is. I'm going. So imagine, right? I was thinking about this today. Imagine if all of us Liberians in the diaspora could actually just got rid of like the negativity and said to ourselves, let me just do what I can do. Like, let me just do what it is that I could do to help. And you should actually put that into action. Imagine what would really happen. So I was reflecting because I lived in Ghana, and 8 years ago, I didn't see much improvement in the place, right, as far as Ghana is concerned. And then I go back, every year to Ghana for my own business and other things, and I see the development. But the development is not only coming from government development, it's coming from regular Ghanaians, regular people who are just like, you know what, I love Ghana. I'm going to go back because Ghana is my country. I'm going to go back to help, to give back. And you see the progress, and you hear the people talk about it. And I tell myself, imagine if our Liberian people, the intellectuals, okay, because a lot of you guys who are Liberians, like, oh, I went to college, da da da. Who cares? Okay, who cares? Imagine if Liberians had the same motivation or even higher motivation, where the country would be if we were to just put aside political issues or ambiguities or like our own motives. If we could just put that aside for a second, where would Liberia be? So I just every day I reflect on it, and I tell myself we would be so far if we could just contribute as not only individuals but collectively mobilize and just build and just have businesses, jobs, farms, just in different sectors. If we just contribute, like where the country would be. Honestly, I think about this all the time. And I'm just here on this live today because I'm heading to Africa this week. Hey, that's too loud. Thanks. If we could just just do that, what would really happen? And I know a lot could happen in terms of development. And if we were to put the country into quadrant, right? You have Magiri County, and of course I'm just talking about close proximity areas, right? From the airport, you live in the airport, cut Magiri, then you have Pinsville, then like the out of Montserrado County, and then you have Bumming, well, like Bushra Island. Like, just put it into a quadrant, okay? If we could start the development from the airport side, okay, let's just lower Magibi, okay? if we could start the development along the way that things are just open up in terms of, like, you just, all you see is greenery, trees, no businesses there, proper housing, all of this. If we could start from those areas and just go in and in, imagine how many people are going to be there without zing round houses. Think about this for a second. If you have good development and stuff like that along that way, you're not really going to see zing houses. Think about it. Think about it. We are going to have affordable housing where you might think people, well, people work $2 per day, whatever, they cannot afford that nonsense, whatever. Affordable housing does not equate to you charging somebody $1,000 per month. But you can build a house, affordable house, that people, relative or other people, can actually help pay for it. Not just a business idea. Don't copy it. Just thought. But honestly, let's just be honest here. If we were just to focus on these areas that I've just listed, oh hey, thanks for watching. Where will we be? I'm heading to different countries on this trip to Africa. Ghana, Liberia, Kenya, Rwanda, South Africa. It's like a tour I'm doing, but obviously these are our business tours. I'm gonna be observing a couple of things, but where will our country be if we could just really focus on these areas, or just the quadrant that I'm talking about surrounding? Where will we be? And I feel like we can go far if we all just got rid of the negativity and decided, you know what, I'm gonna play my part. Even if I'm a janitor, I'm gonna train somebody. I'm gonna have this in place. If I'm a teacher, I'm gonna do this. You don't have doctors all over the United States. Obviously, you have people who are teachers, farmers, um, janitors. It all, everybody, your hope, your profession or lack thereof, whatever you do to contribute positively does matter. And you can definitely take the same thing. You don't all have to be engineers, business people to make a difference. Okay. So anyway, I just had this thought. Where will we be? And I want you guys to just answer me. You don't have to answer it doing this live, but like, just think about it. Where will Liberia be if all of us contributed to the country? Okay? If we contributed to the country, whether it's tutor, mentoring a child, mentoring a child, volunteering your time, or establishing a business, building a home, rest area, whatever it is, things that you want to see in other areas of the country. What if it started with you? If you ask yourself that question, where will we be today? I just came from dinner. I'm so full. But this thing had just been playing on my mind, so I decided it would be best to ask to talk about it. Let me see. Journey of 1,000 miles with one step. Absolutely, I absolutely agree. I mean, if you don't take a step, where does it begin? And this starts in our own backyard. We have to set the stage. We can't complain that there's no this, no that, no that, and we stay sitting. We complain. We don't do much. There's no developmental impact. We talk about other people contributing X, Y, and Z, but there's nothing else that we can do in our country. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. You have to set the example before you talk. Before you talk, people need to see, or perhaps you need to show what it is that you have contributed or you're contributing to the development of the country. So it has been playing on my mind, and I thought I should bring it up today before I head to Africa. Okay, I'm going to Africa this week, and I'm excited. But I want you guys to tell me what it is that you all think we should all do to help change the narrative of Liberia. I hear people talk about the airport, and I asked a question recently on my channel. Do you guys think electricity should be outsourced? Some people have some valid points as it relates to leadership, that leadership needs to be assessed. Secondary is outsourcing of the electricity. I personally do think that if we can't get that situation under control, it should be outsourced to the right, the right entity. And who's the entity? I personally do not know. Specifically, cannot say name. But if a company comes and say, or show and prove that they can handle this, be my guest, okay? Some of you talk about solar panels. Literally, that is a solution, right? But it's a solution, but we need to understand how much is that solution. Where are we allocating the funds for that solution? That that's definitely something that we have to really give some thoughts to. However, it being outsourced, is you will still need to allocate revenue for it, money for it, obviously. But it's going to alleviate some of the issues, such as the frequency of some airlines or lack thereof. The more airlines that you see going to the country, the more revenue that I personally believe is simple mathematics, will come in. If you have some issues, then you'll see a reduction, and then there'll be only one airline profiting. In this case, I'm not going to tell you who, but then you're going to the competition is not going to be there as much, because then there are issues. So if you solve this, you're going to have influx of people, you're going to have influx of businesses, and then there's a ripple effect, and then things are just going to move along in terms of revenue, money coming in, whatever it is, and then you can afford the people you have to pay. Anyway, it's a whole puzzle. But that's besides the point. The point is, I want you, if you're a Liberian, non-Liberian, you're Black, you're an investor, you're curious, you're just passionate, I want you to think about it. How can you contribute? How can you contribute? Imagine if you contributed, what would happen? If you're sitting home tonight right now, drinking your palm wine, though, I'm going to Africa this week, and I know I'm going to be drinking palm wine. I'm asking you. I'm asking all of you, though. How do you feel if you go to Liberia, or perhaps you see this on the news? Like, aren't you puzzled that people are saying, oh, the airport is that? Aren't you really puzzled? But my question is, what are you doing about it? How are you contributing? It's so nice to be negative and talk a lot about this and this happened, this and this happening. I want to know what you are doing about it. I want to push you, Liberians. I want to push non-Liberians. I want to push investors. I want to encourage all of you that we have to make the change we want to see. I guarantee you, this government can leave. Another government can come in. If you Liberian people in the diaspora, out of the diaspora, or investors, if we don't contribute, the country will be like that 6 years, another 6 years, another 12 years. It will be like that. So the solution is you, my friend. I've been thinking about this. I've really been thinking about this. And I compare it to other places that I've lived and other places that I do business. And the conversation I have with some of my colleagues who are from other places, and their contribution. When some of my Ghanaian colleagues tells me, hey, I'm building my second house in Ghana, I'm like, second house is an investment. It's not just the house for them to stay, but it's a second house that is intended for investment purpose, right? And then they say, I'm actually moving to Ghana. I'm not encouraging any of you guys. If you don't want to move, that's fine. But I'm making a point that it needs to start with you, and it needs to stop at, I'm just building my one house. If you build your one house, great. Oh God, great. At least you're building one house. But then you take it a step further and say, you know what? Okay, I have this skill. Let me utilize this skill right here, or skills, my skills, to help in the development effort. So I am encouraging all of you. I'm not no president. I'm just writing in on my channel. I don't run my mouth too much, but I mean what I say on this channel. I'm encouraging all of you because you guys say, oh, I listen to you. Oh, I love you. You talk plenty. Da, 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 da. Thank God you guys listen. And I'm encouraging all of you because it just hit me. It hit me hard today. It hit me hard today. It hit me hard today. That in order for our country to really change, we have to make the change. I don't care the president that come tomorrow, the president who doesn't come tomorrow, another president comes 6 years from now, 100 years from now. You, my friend, Liberian people, non-Liberians who are interested in Liberia, you will make the change. I guarantee you, you'll make the change. I challenge all of you. You don't have to go back. Think about it. Okay. I'm pretty much just, thanks for watching my live anyway, but this is mostly about encouraging Liberians, non-Liberians, or who are interested in Liberia, the history of the country, to just get up. Aren't you sad to just sit amongst people and you say, oh, I'm the oldest republic? Aren't you sad to know that you are the oldest republic in Africa, but you don't have much to show? Aren't you sad? Like, do you feel happy sitting next to somebody and saying your country is the oldest republic? Sometimes when I say that, I just like, okay, guys, I have to go now. That's what I can tell them. When they start to talk about, oh, the oldest republic in Africa is Liberia, I'm like, can you help me? The oldest republic, what do you have to show for the oldest republic? Our country does have a lot of resources. I'm telling you, we can show resources, yes. But basic things, and I'm not talking about electricity. I know those are basic needs, but electricity, all of these other bigger projects, or perhaps maybe beyond our scope. But if it's beyond your scope, there's a way to go seek out investors. But the environment must be conducive for those investors. So there's another topic, but a little change that you're gonna make will still contribute heavily to the country's development. That's the point. That's the point I'm making. That you would make the change. Me, all of you who are watching, those who share my videos, those who say, you know what, Emma, I'm so inspired to build, I'm so inspired to go home, despite all the negativity that people say, this and that, and people have the many excuses. I'm still going. I'm still developing. I'm still building. I'm still encouraging a child. I'm still mentoring. I'm still calling somebody to tell them, say, you can do it. You will make the change. You will help the country. It's funny today, I was talking to a Ghanaian colleague. He's actually in Ghana, and I was talking to him. He said, oh, but he said, hey, madam, you talk too much about your country. Oh, I said, hey, Charlie, you're not talking about our country now. And he said, but I see that more and more Liberians are becoming aware. Awareness is good, but action is better. Even if you start, okay, slow motion. Listen to this. Slow motion is better than no motion. Okay, if you start like this, like a turtle, you're taking steps though. But versus if you're just sitting and taking no steps, that is more important than just sitting and talking negatively. When you make a little step, your first step, maybe it could be land purchase. You don't even have to do that. Or your first step will be, let me go visit the country. Or your second step would be, let me keep an open mind when I go to the country. Okay. Then the third step, let me ask around and get more information. Those are even steps that are bigger than what you think, because you're gathering info, gathering info that could help you later on as you take on your development effort. But the first step begins with you, and then you grow your steps, and then you start to see the impact. Honestly, regardless of who is in power, we Liberians will need to make this change. This, honestly, it hit me so much today. It hit me hard. You know, this country is on my mind every single day of my life. Okay, because I go there, I do business there, and I feel at peace when I go. I know some people say it's not peaceful, but personally, I feel very peaceful when I go to Liberia. I don't have no issues. I don't intend to have issues in terms of my phone, in terms of this person. Da, 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 da. I stay in my lane. I do what I have to do. I'm still focused, and I gather there, and I come back. I go back. I do this. I make an impact. Blah 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 blah. Great. But there are things that I still see, and I tell myself the impact I'm able to make is bigger than what I see. So that's why I always encourage all of you to just maybe go, just take a look, see how you can help, where the problems are, how you can go and help solve some of these problems. These are the conversations we should be having amongst ourselves. Not, oh, oh, you hear what I like, Benny? No. This story is not news. It's not news, okay? It's not breaking news. This is something that we know is happening. You should call your friend and say, Mommy, what can we do about it? These are the productive conversations we should be engaged in. Not this, I said, do. Some of you guys are even spreading false news about Brussels Airlines, which is actually inaccurate. They're not leaving. They're actually increasing the number of times they fly into the country, meaning they benefit a lot. So the news and rumors and all this stuff is not going to benefit your country. You're just going to stay stagnant in a little country. Let me not say little country, that's not nice. Sierra Leone is going to be laughing at you. Sierra Leone will be laughing at you because you know why? You are depending on Sierra Leone. Do you feel good in your spirit? Do you feel good that you know you can do something but you are not? And by something, one step at a time. But let me hear from you guys. I think I've said a lot. Let me hear from you guys. Are you making an impact in Liberia? Do you want to make an impact? What can you do? How can you help with this development that I speak of all the time? And by that, I'm talking to everyone and people who say, "Oh, I'm not going back to that country. I'm not going back to that country." It's funny. I talked to a childhood friend. I said yesterday. Yeah, she was in Mexico. So yeah, I talked to her yesterday. And this girl went to Liberia, then she went to Ghana, then she went to Nigeria. And I said, hey, how was your experience, my sister? How was your experience? Oh, I'm not going back to Liberia anymore. I go to Liberia anymore. Oh, I'm not going to Liberia anymore. So I said, so where are you going next? She said, oh, I love Ghana. Ghana is too sweet, though. I said, oh, yeah. How about Nigeria? Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to Nigeria. So I said, but you're Nigerian, Liberian, okay, my sister. But you're not going to any of those areas, but you're going to Ghana. Do you know how much you're going to be spending in Ghana? She said, no, Emma, I'm not ready for your plenty talking. I said, no, I'm just simple question. Do you know how much you're going to be spending in Ghana? She said, yeah. Then I said, okay. So why aren't you going to Liberia? Well, you know, I don't have a nice house there. So I stay with my people and it was too hot and I don't have a car and so I said, oh, okay, ma, don't get mad at me, please, ma. what did Liberia do to make you not have your own house? Okay? Simple question, just simple. I'm not going back to Liberia, I'm not going back to that country. No, what a whole country do to you for you to not have your own house? Am I wrong to ask that such a question? That you are not going back to that country because you don't have your own conducive house, that you have money to build, but you're not going back to the country because of your own negligence, right? So me and this girl were going back and forth. She said, I said, but if you build your house, let me ask you a question. I said, what if you had a house that had air condition, your get guy, your get girl, whoever, gender neutral here, and you had your cook, you had your running water, you have 24/7 electricity. Because some of us that have solar panels, we can just be under the AC all day in Liberia and be fine. So I asked her, if you have all of those things, will you go? She said, Fweh. I said, oh, so Liberia is not the problem. So you are the problem. She said, oh my God, must you be like this? I said, no, no, no. I'm just asking you simple question. Simple question. If you can alleviate these problems, your mouth won't twist to say Liberia is the problem. You are your own problem. So if she had her house, she had her car, she said, according to her own mouth, I wouldn't have problem going to Liberia. So my people, the question is Liberia the problem? Or she just doesn't have her own house? Because I have my own house. I have my own solar panels. I have my own running water. I go over there. I don't have problem. So do I say, oh, Liberia owes me what? Liberia doesn't owe me. If I don't have those things, I am my own problem, especially if I have the resources and I'm not capitalizing on those resources, such as having the funds to build my own home. Perhaps if I don't have my own homes, to even live in a conducive place, getting a place, the apartment, whatever, paying for it to be in a decent area is my own problem. A country cannot be blamed for that. And that is the conversation I wanted to gather from out. I know my friends say I'm very difficult when it comes to Liberia, but I just say the truth. The truth is Liberia didn't create a problem for you because you don't have your own conducive place. You created your own problem. So the language should be, and I go back to that place. The language should be, I didn't plan well. I don't have a conducive place because I didn't build a conducive place. So Liberia was difficult because of me. It's not all because Liberia is difficult. No, you create your own difficulties. Okay? That's the language we should speak. Because when you do this and go to other people and say, oh, I don't go back to that place, I don't go back to that place, battle, I don't have a nice house to live in, then you discourage other people who may want to go there. You've discouraged them now from going because the language, the way in which we say things about the country is very, very heartbreaking. And so we need to desensitize a little bit and train ourselves and tell ourselves that if we don't make the change we want to see, the country will never be revamped. And a house is not a home. America is a house. It's not your home. Canada is your house. It's not a home. And I give my friends such hard time, only this topic though, I give them a hard time. Other topics I kind of just listen and you have a point. But when it comes to Liberia and lack of contribution, I have a big problem with it. Let's see. Okay. Perception is everything, of course. There's a lot of untapped opportunities in Liberia. That is absolutely true. I talk about these things on my channel all the time. Some I have not really seen. My goal is to explore different counties. I promise you guys, when I go back, I'm gonna go to different counties. I know y'all want to see videos of farms. I'm going to farm. I have it on my calendar. I'm going to farms. I'm going to businesses in rural areas. I'm going all over the place just to show you the untapped opportunities that are within that country. Okay, let's see. My mom and I are buying a Gary machine to be able to sell and help. Oh, this is so good. This will actually really help because um the equipment, the lack of equipment really is causing problem amongst people who are into cassava for cassava farming and trying to get that to Gary and all that. So having that machine will really help. One thing that, as I was reading recently and doing some research, China is a big China does have a big market for cassava. So for those who are looking to go into cassava, it's a market. There's a big market there for you guys to export it. But we don't want to talk about exporting yet because we gotta feed ourselves. I mean, when I talk about export, I'm thinking mostly the business aspect to get the money. But there's still the hunger aspect within our own setting that we need to give jobs and also set it on our own market, and also maybe countries that are adjacent or opposite or closer to us, whatever you want to use. Countries that are within close proximity, we can also distribute it to those countries. There's a big market for that. So hey, Gary, that would be good. That would be good. That would be good. That would be good. Yeah. So I think the most important part of this life is to know that the change will have to start with you. Regardless of your standing, your where you are politically, regardless of that, it starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with my siblings. It starts with my friends. It starts with all of us, and that's the impact we must make as people. In order to see the place transform. Seriously, I will hope that within the next 3-5 years, going to that airport, around that airport just should not be grass, or should not be forest. Should not be a forest, okay? We need to see businesses surrounding that airport. We need to see modern homes being built around those areas. We need to see commercial spaces that are well maintained. Um, that's one of the issues that we often see, lack of maintenance. But like I said, regardless of what difficulties you may see, you may hear, you may whatever, it still starts with you. I think that's the most important part. We come to the United States, and of course, always grateful for the opportunities that allow some of us to be so impactful to our continent. But I will always say, this place is not your house. This place is your house, but this place is not your home. Regardless of the opportunities that you may see outside of your home, you should always understand that there's a place calling, there's a place you can make such tremendous impact, and that is Liberia. I know I have other people on this channel, Nigerians, Ghanaian, Cameroonians. I really appreciate all of you watching my channel. But my main goal is to encourage my Liberian folks and those who are looking to invest in the country to really go back. And I love the other places too. We are one Africa, but the encouragement here is Liberia really. For us to take a look at the country, for us to see how best we can all contribute to it, and for it to be the country that we definitely surely want to see. So I was venting earlier that you guys are the change makers. You guys are the change makers, and pray for some of us to direct our steps to continue to make an impact, whether it's on a small scale. The a little change is better than no change. Slow motion is better than no motion. Um, so it's important. As I head to Africa this week, I'm not gonna be eating a lot because I don't want to gain weight this time. But anyway, I'm excited. You know, whenever I know I'm going back home, I just get so excited because I think my heart my heart is physically, it's like my body is physically here, but my whole soul, my mind, like my thinking pattern, my heart, like everything stays there. I don't even make sense. It's so hard to explain. But when I get there, I have this internal joy, you know. I just have this internal joy. I don't feel this, oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. No, I don't. But then I come back to America, I'm like, oh, oh, oh. um, you know, so I don't feel that. I don't feel that. You know, I talked to my brother today in Liberia. He said, big sis, maximum security. I'm like, maximum what? Maximum security. And it's so funny because, you know, this whole thing about phones and all this stuff, I don't have that experience and I don't look forward to having any of that experience. But as with everywhere else, there's bad and there is, you know, there are areas that we don't want to go around, right? I told somebody the other day that when I travel to Mexico, I go to Mexico quite often. Well, previously I used to go to Mexico a lot, but I slowed down. But when I would go to Mexico, there are areas I would never go. Why should I go to Liberia and go to places where I shouldn't be going? It makes no sense. I live in the US. There are places in California I will never go even if you pay me. Why do I go to Liberia and want to go to a place where I shouldn't go in the first place? So it's logic. Logically doesn't make sense. So when you say, oh, the place is bad, you just have to ask yourself, am I putting myself in danger? Is everywhere else, you know? Even friends, you go certain areas, don't go there. They tell you don't go there. Regardless of what it is, you know, even in some of your states, there are places that you shouldn't be going. Do you go there? Is Liberia the exception because you are a Liberian? I don't think so. So just kind of know how you're gathering your information and spreading it on the internet. Because you know, bad news tend to go faster than good news. So just be careful, mindful. What you say about the country? Hmm. Um. Anyway, guys, you know, I think it's very important today. I wanted to get this off my chest. I know it's relatively late to some of you guys, but I wanted to really take this off my chest and say it because it has been bugging me for the past 3 days. Let's see. My farm is in Grand Juda County. If you visit, I can give you my farmer information you want to visit. Definitely send it to my email, Zawadi M21 at gmail. Um, my mom is going to be in Liberia 15. She's building her house and store. Congratulations to your mom. You know, I love to get, you know, this that people are building. Yeah, a lot of people are actually building because the construction we've been really swamped with requests. And this is how I know people are building because every time I get a message from my supervisor, hey boss lady, we gotta take this call. I'm like, somebody's building. Oh, I get so excited. And I got on the phone with them. And I forget that I was supposed to be on the phone call for 30 minutes. I'm on for a long time because I know I'm so excited. Somebody's building in Liberia. So we see an influx of people really building, whether stores, houses, commercial buildings, people are just building. And then there has been an increase of people wanting farmland. So this my little thing is really making an impact. I'm very excited about that. People are really curious. People are curious. People are learning. People are reading. Uh, People are reading and trying to educate themselves. That's If you guys are interested in watching documentaries, I watch documentaries. I'm always learning. Watch the documentary on Netflix. It's called Rotten, rotten. Like when it says just something rotten, something rotten. Rotten is good. It's really good. It really talks. It gives different perspective and different things like cocoa, like poultry farming, like avocado. You just watch this stuff and you try to gain some understanding, and you will see how it ties back into agriculture. Somehow you're gonna see how the whole business aspect will work across some of these. They talk about water also. Nigeria's heavily talked about in that video. Rotten different episodes on different things. The avocado, like I reference, portrait farming, cocoa, and other things, and so check it out. Rotten, it's good. But I see, the demand is more than I anticipated. When I first started this channel to now, and I can only see growth. Really, more people are doing good. More people are doing good than not, and I think we should talk about that. It's very important to identify the good, and also to stress on the good, and also um, give encouragement that we can do better. But there's still good. There's still good, and that's very important. Um, I'm excited. I'm going to Africa. All this thing I'm doing right now, I am actually flying to California tomorrow at 6 a.m. and I should be sleeping. But I really needed to get this off my chest. So that's the reason why I'm here. But anyway, so you guys can tell me a little bit about what you're going to do to help contribute to our country. Maybe one of the things you could do is to stop running your mouth. To stop running your mouth negatively about the country. If that's a contribution, oh God, I would save a lot of people. If not running your mouth is a contribution to the country, that would save the country and a lot of people. If not lying about stuff about the country, that would also save the country and yourself. There's so many things we can do to help with the building effort of the country. The efforts that a lot of us are trying to put forth, and you included. What time is it? So you guys are watching. You're not talking. You're not typing. I'm gonna be quiet unless you got something else to say. Unless you got something else to say. I'm sure you guys don't. But if you so since I'm going to Africa, what do you guys want to see on this channel? I know you guys want me to visit businesses, and spot some opportunities. I'm gonna give you guys progress on our brother project. I know you guys are so excited about this. You want to see? I'm gonna update you on the progress, which I'm very excited about too, because we are making progress. I'm gonna go to farms as I mentioned previously. If you want me to visit specific businesses, or perhaps if you want me to talk about certain things while I'm there, or take a look at certain things while I'm there, shoot it my way. I am also going to be going to Rwanda to check on my business too over there, trying to kind of increase the business on that side of the world. But I gotta go to Ghana first to check on my real estate. Diversify my portfolio again, because I talk about Liberia here and do everything mostly in Liberia. That see me, I don't diversify my portfolio. I go to Ghana because I have some Airbnb properties that I put on rent, and I need to go and check it out and actually increase my portfolio. Now, Liberia is still number one though. Number one. Um, and then we'll go to Rwanda, and then I'm gonna go to Kenya to go and sit with Peter. You guys recently saw me talk to Peter on this channel. We're gonna go meet in Kenya. I have to go visit some of his greenhouses there, some of the farms that he started in terms of the vertical farming, hydroponics, aquaponics. So I'm gonna be visiting him there, and we're gonna go talk to some key pineapple farmers. As I told you guys, we're gonna be exporting our pineapples to the U.S. here, trying to get more partners. So since their exporting focus is on Europe, I'm trying to see how I can tap into that market. So I'm gonna go to Kenya for that, and Rwanda isn't so far away, and of course Liberia most of my time. And I just turned down a general manager position in the US today. I know. My grandma's gonna knock my head for that. But there is a lot to be done in our country and across my businesses. Let's see here. YouTube space in Liberia for Liberian content creators in the country and the diaspora for networking, investing, and more. Okay, so is that something that you are saying I should touch on, or YouTube space, or like finding those spaces, Liberian content creators in the country and diaspora for networking? I mean, can you elaborate a little bit? Are you trying to get me to find that or identify? Is that what it is? That what it is? So I turned that down today, guys. And I don't know if that's a good decision, but I trust myself that it is. Imagine being a general manager, okay, and then you just have gray hair every time you get to work. I had to weigh this decision. This position was actually offered 2 weeks ago, and I've been dragging my feet about the decision. I'm like, okay, general manager is a good position, especially with a healthcare entity. Managing a bunch of staff, and of course, that you're on an executive team. Line managers, middle managers, top managers, upper managers, nurses, doctors. Do I really want to give myself some gray hair? Because with these kind of jobs, you have gray hair. Because not only you're working 9 to 5, people are going to come at you with all their problems. And when you work in a healthcare setting and you are above the doctor, let me just tell you something now. You get in meetings with them, and then they are like they know everything though, because they're they went to medical school, but then they forget that you run the business. Do I want to give myself a headache? No, I don't think so. So I know my grandma's so pissed. Sorry, Grandma, you're washing. And I just had to, I prayed about it at first. Then I woke up and I was like, I just got to go with my instinct. Because the last time I worked as an administrator in training, I got so sick every day because this nurse said something, this director of nursing said this person said it, this person said it. So if that experience did not cause me stress than I did, then this one will cause me more stress, and I'm too young for that nonsense. So I decided, oh my people, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna turn it down. It's a tough decision. However, let's see. All right, thanks. All right, what about tourism opportunities in Liberia? We have the beautiful beaches and great weather. I have a video on here where I talked about it. My mom went to Grand Creek County, and I put her pictures on here too. And I talk about it that tourism is an area that is really that needs to be explored. And I did read recently that the president's wife, George Weah's wife, please, I'm no political anybody. I'm just stating what I read. Um, that her emphasis now is on Lake Bummy. I don't know if you guys saw that. You know, it's a great site, right, for tourism. But then if you look surrounding, I know this because we have our farm in Bummy. But if you look surrounding, you will see nothing. No restaurant, no gas station, no mini mart. All these opportunity, and this lady goes there and she says, you know what? Lake Bummy is a good tourist site. So now Claudia, George Weah's wife, his first wife, I'm kidding, his wife, Claudia is looking to revamp that whole Lake Bummy and turn it into a tourist site. So the question is, if this picked up in a within a good time frame, what happened to the open area that there's nothing else there to see, nothing, no business there? So I think it's a good opportunity for a person to actually explore. You gotta read about it, kind of just do your assessment around there, and kind of get timeline in terms of when she's actually trying to do this stuff, and then see what business opportunity you can explore as it relates to that area. That's just how I will go about it. Anyway, um, tourism is great. I'm gonna be going to Cape Mount. Cape Mount is another area, but unfortunately, the people over there don't sell land. The five people. If you're a vi, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a travelist, even that's a thing. Cape Mount is great for tourism. A country like Zimbabwe functions on tourism, and they rank in, the last time I read it's almost like $1 billion industry across tourism. Just Zimbabwe. Look at Liberia. Look at the beaches. Okay? Look at the natural, you know, this is a country where okay, sorry, I'm getting a text message, very important. When you go to Liberia, there is this place, my grandma and I were just talking about it recently. The ocean, and you have the river, and you have the sea. They come together like this. They just don't touch. That's beauty in of itself. I'm just trying to remember where my grandma said it was. I don't know if you guys heard of Rocktown in Grand Creek County. It's somewhere. I wonder if it's Hopper. That's in Maryland. But it's somewhere. It's so beautiful that, like I said, the sea water and the river, they come like this, and they don't touch each other. What a beautiful sight to see. I really have to remember where it is. But these are areas in the country that people would gladly like to see. But we don't really see tourism as a big sector, but it is. But there are things that come with tourism. You have safety, which is security. There are some things on the tourism that needs to be taken care of, then they can be advertised well. In order for you to have people coming in to see what you have to offer. But then when people are thinking that, well, if I'm going to the southeastern region, which in this case, uh, Grand Creek County, Maryland, those places, you will need infrastructure. You will need people to be able to reach there in time. And not just roads, which is very vital to getting there, but you will need a decent place for people to stop. You don't have rest areas. You really can rarely find a place to rent to say, I'm going to take a rest. So the logistical things needs to be figured out. Nonetheless, very beautiful. I don't know, man, but let's just be positive here because I want to encourage all of you. I want to really encourage all of you that we can do it and that we all must work. We must work overtime to get the country where we need it to be. Tourism, though, will contribute heavily to the GDP of our country. It's not just manufacturing or uh, production. Tourism does help a country. Like I talk about Zimbabwe, their GDP heavily relies is contingent on travel and tourism. So Liberia too is really no exception to that. We have a lot of visible places that people can actually go and see. Look at Matawi waterfall, okay? How do you go to such a waterfall and you don't have decent restaurants around? It's just puzzling a little bit to me because I went to Jamaica and I went to Jamaica 2017. I went to Jamaica and going to the Dunes River Falls, you see they have, it doesn't have to even be fancy restaurant, okay? It does not have to be fancy restaurant, but you can get jerk chicken, like literally, I'm talking about Jamaica here, in a little shack, or as we say, kobo shop. Like you can establish, please, a little decent now along that route. But why? We don't even have those things. We don't have those things, okay? So there's just a need, man, across everything, every sector. There's such a need. There's such a need. There's such a need, and I'm encouraging all of you to really look and look for the untapped opportunities. Really, untapped opportunities are there. I went to Ghana. Like when I go there, I say Ghana a lot because you guys, I reference Ghana a lot. It's not that I praise this place because I lived there. I lived there for many years. When the war happened, I'm a I'm a war baby. Not a good thing because I was born there. We went to the Ivory Coast. I lived in the Ivory Coast, and then we went to Ghana, and I spent most of my time in Ghana, so I know the place. I know the place how it was and how it is now. And I invest in the place as an investor. Even though I'm Liberian, I'm also a business person, okay? I invest in the place. And I went to this place when I was there December, January, before February. I came back. I went to check out a place. And honestly, when they took me there, I was like, no, I want to go home. Oh, no, I'm so scared. I don't want to be here. My driver was like, no, madam, you can do it. Let's go. I want to show you something. I was like, okay, Charlie. Okay. And I'm like looking over the place. I'm like, oh my God, this place is so ghetto. But then we go inside, like you zing, like zing round houses, zing houses, like all over the place. You're like, oh my God, this place is so sketchy. But then we go inside, and the place is a nice lounge. Nice lounge. You would never tell something nice is over there. I was shocked. And I started to ask questions. The place, if you ever go to Ghana, it's called Hideout. It's called Hideout for a reason. And when you go there, The furnitures, it's just like wood furnitures, just such an easy concept. And I think about some places in Liberia, like literally that single side where they have the beach, right? It's not like that cute, but you have the same thing over there. Hideout, when you go over there, you'll be like, wow, and the people make so much money, man. I talked to Una that night. I was like, yeah, on average, we'll make about 10 grand per night. I'm like, but the place is crowded. It is crowded. The place is crowded. 10 grand. My, you in Ghana, you don't really take money out like that easy. So yeah, business in Ghana, you know what you're doing. But my point is, the opportunity does not have to be so glamorous. You can always turn something into something better. And you see all these visible things on the street. You guys drive all along the highway. You are going to Monrovia, coming from the airport, going to this county, to this county, and you see that, and see that, and you see that these things are not there. What is it? A mini map. You are driving to Nima County, on a whole way, there's no mini map. That's an opportunity. You're leaving Habib to Grand Bassa, which is an hour away, and then Edna is like an hour and a half, and you're going to begin it. You don't see much along the way. Like, blows my mind. So we have all these untapped opportunities that we need to really look into, guys. We need to look into. If you contact me right now and say, oh, Emma, is that a reliable tour company? I would tell you, no, I don't. I cannot recommend to you something I have no experience with. Why don't we have something reliable like that? People going to the country at the time want to explore. Why don't we have it? I talked to the director, the deputy minister of agriculture today, and I was talking about corn. I said we need to produce corn in a large scale. He said, oh, there's a company that came from the U.S. They're trying to manufacture and also to produce feed, and so they are heavily looking into corn production. And I said, I want to see the plan, and I want to see their plan, how they're gonna get this done, because people talk too much. And there's no steps, and you can really see what it is that people are doing. So we need to see these things really, really happening. We need to see these things happening. We need to see these things happening. You guys, I'm not talking for just because I'm talking, okay? I mean, yeah, that is there, but honestly, there's no consistency. And by consistency, I mean like, how many are they taking per day? When they take you, are you satisfied? Or can you be referred back? Can you refer somebody? Is the service conducive? Are they providing food? Are they providing the other services that is typically included in a tour? Like a rest area. Are there rest areas? Are there restaurants along the way that people can go? And again, these are partnerships that needs to be formed, okay, across different businesses. I cannot rate any tour company because obviously I've not used it, and I'm not going to give anyone 5 stars that I've not used. That would be lying, and I'm not going to be doing that. But my point is, a lot of these businesses are just not visible. They are not consistent. You don't see it advertised. Perhaps you don't see people talk about it. I don't know what's going on in marketing or lack of marketing. People feel like when they put something, they put a little bit of money into a business, that's it. No, you got to spend the gain. It's just a common sense. But they don't. Oftentimes you contact people, you don't even get them. I don't know. So that's another business right there. What else? No, there's more. There's more. There's more. You know, the whole country, just opportunities are everywhere. It's everywhere. It's just sick. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. We went to scout an investment property recently. Somebody had told me about some 500 acres of land in Grand Bassa. So I told my representative to go and see it. And so they went there and they told me, they said, oh, boss lady, you know, um, the place is an hour, 30 minutes away. But when we got there, listen to this, oh, very carefully. When we got there, there's a beautiful, beautiful house. And I said, let me guess, that beautiful house is owned by Lebanese. They said yes. I said, okay, that's what I thought. This beautiful house, these people use it to get away from Monrovia, to go and relax. But this is a 500 plus acres of land, okay? Going along this way, there's no gas station. There's no mini mart, okay? But these people go over there every weekend. Every weekend, every other weekend. The house is so nice, the yard is so nice. But it's the only house at that 500 acres. Now I talked to a Liberian person about it. Oh no, that place too far, oh, that place too far, that place too far. Is there such thing as a business is too far? Huh? But there's an influx of people along that way, going. But there's no mini mart, there's no gas station, there's no restaurant, there's no entertainment center, there's nothing there. Okay? Untapped opportunities. So one project I'm working on heavily is the mineral water. It's a heavy project. This kind of project I don't like to rush with it, but to be able to really not bottle up would be like a secondary long-term project, but like just to like plastic water, like in that bag, that sack, is what I'm heavily working on right now on major highways. But I can never divide myself. And I want y'all to go and take advantage of a lot of these opportunities, okay? These are vast opportunities to run, like just visible to us, sometimes not very visible, but we know it's there. Or wow, but this is a brilliant idea. Okay, so let's see. How about a ferry that transport people or vehicles along the coastal cities? This is a very good idea. You guys had talked about the investment opportunity on my channel. We've already have 20. We already started our project, whatever it is. But it came to mind that you can definitely get like a ferry, a boat to this can slow traffic. So major points, okay, you can use water transportation to get people to major points. But how many people have really thought about that, huh? How many people are looking to invest in that? You don't see it. And every day we complain about traffic. Ferries, okay? Like this person just said. Anyway, I'm still gonna keep encouraging all of you guys. I'm gonna encourage all of you guys until everyone on my channel can say, you know what? I'm actually doing something. Emma, is true. I'm doing something. You can see it for yourself. So and so. The thing I'm doing, I have an early morning flight. A ferry, a ferry. I went to Belize, and from Belize City to Grace Kai. If you guys have been to Belize, there's literally nowhere you're gonna drive, okay? So they use ferry to get us there. This thing here in Liberia, to be honest with you, that's another way to kind of reduce traffic. That's a really other way. I remember when we lived in Grand Creek County, when I was a little girl, we didn't have cars, okay? So me and my grandmother and my uncles, we will take canoe. Imagine canoe, okay? Canoe from Grand Creek County to Ivory Coast as a little girl. Hey, I'm very scared of water. Oh. That's a form of transportation. Imagine that's very dangerous, okay? Now you got a ferry. Imagine the number of people you can actually take across somewhere else. Okay, it's a brilliant idea, but ego, how many of you guys are willing to do that? To really explore that. A lot of opportunities, to be quite fair, man. You see Mount Neba, okay? People go over there all the time. I need to actually get the numbers. It's kind of hard to get these numbers, like in terms of on average each month, how many people go, and high traffic months, how many people go. I'm interested in that data to know. But like when you go to places like Nima County, because you know when I went to Costa Rica last year for my birthday, the place in Costa Rica, Haiku, it reminded me so much of Mount Neba, and they charge $70 per ATV. Okay, hello, hello, Neba County can definitely use that too. ATVs, tour company should look into that. It's not just taking people in cars and letting them go and go see. No, you need to provide activities such as ATVs. Oh, this is a very good question. Let's see here. God, okay, let's see. Comment. All right. Good morning, my sister. Is it easy to do business in Liberia for non-Liberian? I'll come back to the investment group in a little bit. Okay, so as a non-Liberian, now let me get serious. All right, I like to be serious when it comes to these ones. So as a non-Liberian, there are a couple of things that I would say you should do in order to secure your business and to establish legitimacy of your business. Do not, let's just do not link with a Liberian. I'm not saying do not work with a Liberian. Do not link and agree with the Liberian to register your business as a Liberian business. You are not a Liberian business owner. A lot of times people will tell you, oh yeah, you know me, I'm cool with you, let's register the business as a Liberian business. And then you wonder why your business isn't protected. You are a foreign entity. You need to register your business as a foreign business. You might say, well, I might save some money with the registration if I register my business as a Liberian owned business. That is fact. That is a fact. That a Liberian owned business has a different registration fee versus a non-Liberian business. Okay, the business. Don't take a shortcut. Register your business as a foreign business. That's my one. That's my one advice. When you register this business, there's a sense of security that goes along with foreign businesses. Okay, foreign businesses are seen to pay taxes. So when people ask me about security, I talk to them about the legitimacy of their businesses. Are you registering your business? Are you ensuring that it's under the rightful structure, which is LSC, S Corp, sole proprietorship, limited liability? All of these things, you have to ensure that it is still within the foreign business registry. Then you need to determine the number of employees. As with everything else, this stuff should be well detailed through your process. Okay, it's very important. As a foreign person doing business in Liberia, whether a Liberian or foreign person, the same is applicable. Whether you're foreign or not, this is applicable. You need to monitor your business and you need to be present for your business. Okay? This is applicable across whoever it is. The reason for this is you need to be there to show people how you need your business to be run. Okay? If you establish a business in Liberia and you decide, oh, I've hired a manager, an assistant manager, a supervisor, mid-level, low level, I hate the low level by the way, and you say, oh, I'm going to turn my back now and travel back, you're putting your business at risk. Oftentimes, when there's less supervision, people don't really pay much attention to it. But when you're present and you put all the rightful things in place, your business tend to thrive versus if you are not present. Once you're present and you establish expectations and you establish brand loyalty in the market, you can gradually fade yourself out, but not completely. You still probably need to do quarterly if that works for you, but you must monitor this business. That's my advice though. That is my advice. If you want to see your business do well there, you have to not micromanage necessarily. You have to monitor. You have to be present for it to move forward. It's not hard to do it, to do business. A lot of times, why I think people believe is very difficult is because one, they are not there. They are not there to set examples of how the expectations that they need for their business. Two, they're not consistent. People see business in Liberia, Africa, or just I think everywhere, but specifically to the continent, they see it as, I'm gonna go in and make money quickly. That's a very sad mentality, because what you're doing when you establish something, you are establishing credibility within the market. Nobody knows you, nobody finds you credible at all. So what you need to do is to stay consistent within the market. On average, a person must see something 3 to 5 times before it registers in their mind. That's why commercials on TV don't play once. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know it. And it gets stuck. As a new business, you need to be repetitive and consistent. If you see slow movement, doesn't mean you should close your business down. You just have to let yourself know you just got into the market and you need to improve your marketing and you need to give it time, and you don't understand it's not time for profit. It's time for you to establish brand loyalty and brand awareness in the market. It's no different. And the other thing is, you have to know the kind of business that you're doing. I see Africa as a place, the businesses that must be established in Africa is not a want, it's a need business. By that, what are people really needing in Africa? Very important. That's how you want to target your business. That's the direction you want to go into. If you do your needs assessment and see that people do not have grocery stores, perhaps you don't want to go and put a shoe store there. That's not the need in the place. Why would you do that? So these are some of just my advice based on some of the people that I speak with. I have extensive list of Lebanese people that I know that do business in Liberia. I have extensive list of Indian people that do business in Liberia. I also have some people from Guinea, from Sierra Leone, from Nigeria that do business in Liberia. And so these are some of their secrets. Many Indians will tell me they don't leave their businesses. They got to monitor, they got to set the example, they got to show and people have to do their business, to run their businesses. Bonjour, hello, to run their businesses. Um, so many of you guys who think I'm going to Africa all the time to get married, I'm not. I'm going to monitor my businesses. Okay. um, Oftentimes when I go to Africa to work on business, is I'm scaling up. Um, I have quarterly goals to meet across all my businesses. So when I go, I'm either one scaling a business, okay, or two establishing a new one, or three moving up with the other the business that is in the pipeline. That's what that is. So I move and I diversify. If it's a new business, I give it a lot of time. Sometimes I don't even sleep because it's new and I have to nurture it. You gotta put in time. You gotta put in time. I have two businesses right now. My hands are off. I don't even participate in any of it because you know what? I work so hard towards it, and now I have trained staff. Even if I sleep and snoring, I don't even have to think about it. It runs on its own. In a sense that I have a staff. I no longer have anything to say. I get that email. This is it. This is the number. Do you want to get on a call to do weekly report? It's 30 minutes. That's it. No more. Do this, do this, do that. That business is hands off now. I have another business. It's like automated, one staff only. But in the beginning stages, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. This you can do a real estate. I tell people that a real estate business is one business you won't really put much time after it's established. You can build and put stuff on rent and have very little time and participation in it. So yeah, it's just so much. That's why I decline my general management position. When I work for myself, I make way more money, and I don't have gray hair. Do you guys see gray hair? I don't think so. When I go work over there 9 to 5, I get gray hair. Nope, nope, nope. I know it's funny, but it's true. You better work for people like that. So yes, the opportunities are there. Ghana, I barely touch anything in Ghana. I let people run my Airbnbs. I won't have nothing to do with it. Don't tell me, don't call me. Just, I want to know how much my money is. That's it. The farm, the poultry farm, the only reason why I will have to do so much is because we're trying to scale this farm up to 20,000 birds. It's not an easy work. But eventually, my goal was in the next 2 years, I would not have anything to do with that farm either. My hands are going to be way off that farm. That's the goal. I'm setting the stage for my kids. I don't have kids yet. But the goal is to make my kids so wealthy and leave generational wealth to my kids. So, guys, it must start with you. Okay? You got to set the stage for your kids. Generational wealth is so important. But also make an impact in the lives of others. Very vital. What else? You guys, I talk too much. You know, I realize I talk too much on this thing. In real life, though, in real life, outside of this YouTube, I don't talk too much at all. I'm very more observant. You know, I watch, I listen, and I just go by my business. But on YouTube, I'm very passionate about this place. That's why. But trust me, in real life, I don't talk too much. I promise you. Um, What else? There's something else. I don't think there's anything else that I. Oh, oh damn it! I think I want to do this as a video, but I'm traveling to Africa this week, so I don't think I will have sufficient time to talk to you guys about it. But if you're a Liberian on this channel or non-Liberian, you have a business in Liberia and you have electricity, you are concerned about electricity. Uh, there's a service that I use to power my house and my apartments that I put on rent. I use solar system across all my properties, even for my farms. Um, the solar system. Um, it's actually relatively affordable if you're getting the 600 watts of solar plate. Uh, if you are trying to power your home with, let's say, a refrigerator, microwave. I have a microwave. Microwave, stove, and you have like if you have a fence, that one of my fences is like I have lights on top of it, so I use solar system. Um, if you're doing that, having the light 24/7, having TV, maybe like a air condition, like a fan, because I'm just naming the appliances I have in my house. A refrigerator, a stove, lights all over your fence, lights outside of your house, your yard. I have motion sensors, but not really impacted because some of them are battery. Uh, but anyway, so if you have the major things, then your solar panel is not going to cost you no more than $2,500 if you have those things. And yes, how? Um, I get my solar panels from China. I know you guys have this thing against China, but a lot of what you see there is obviously from China. But you can get it. You can go the cheaper route. It's the same thing, but I just rather get it from China. I save money, live better. Save money, live better. I think it's Walmart. I don't even know. So you can get your stuff from China. You can get your inverter from China, your battery, cables, all of these things from China. It'll cost you less than 2,500. You can just power your house and you live with electricity 24/7, guys. Don't be complaining about government electricity. Okay, it's very doable. This guy named Prince, he's in China. I get my stuff through him. This young guy, he's a young Liberian guy. I compensate him like, look, what is $100 compensation for somebody to go buy these things for you? He takes it by air, is like $8 by air. If you're doing the cargo, the ship, it's gonna take 2 months. $5.30 per pound. So if you get a whole solar system, it's about 112 pounds times 5.3, a little over almost $600 to ship your stuff. I mean, electrify your house, okay, for less than $3,000, and you will have no issue with lights again in Liberia, guarantee. These are just solutions to your problem, so you don't complain that there's no light. Anyway, you guys just like to hear me talk. All right, I have a flight to catch 6 a.m. Okay. Yeah, so let us find solutions to problems and stop being problems. Creating problems and being the problem. We got to find solution to these problems. What else? What do you guys want to see when I go to Liberia? What do you guys want to see? I know I advertise a lot of food on my channel, but I'm deciding to be in a good shape. I'm not really trying to gain weight, so I'm gonna cook my own breakfast, not my own dinner, my own breakfast. I intend to exercise a lot when I'm back home, because the last time I went over there, man, I ate so much and I gained so much weight. But this time though, I have my plans. I have my plans to do some workout and to limit what I eat. Kind of keep a balance. But we'll see. We'll see. If I see other plantain, another jollof rice, another fish, we'll see. We'll see. No promises. Anyway, anyway, guys, I think I have said a lot, but the main thing that I want everyone to take away is that the change that we want to see in the country must start with us. We have to be impactful. We have to show the way. We have to lead by example. We have to kind of alleviate this negativity out of our mindsets. And it's not that everything that glitter is gold. Nothing that glitters, not everything that glitters is gold. I get that part. There is no such thing as being positive all the time, because it's inevitable. People can have negative thoughts. We all should have negative thoughts. As human beings, we should. But when we capitalize on these negative thoughts, that's where it becomes a problem. And so how we do that is to train our mind to think positive, to act positively. And this comes to, like, Liberia is no exception. How we think about the country, how we feel about the country is reflected in our actions and our inaction. In this case, a lot of people are just not making action, taking actions, and I'm encouraging other people to take actions. Take action, spread positive things, talk to your friends how we can all help and be change agents and make an impact instead of just view. Yeah, the solar system. So Prince was recommended to me by with a comma. I had an interview with him. He talked about the shipping system on my channel here. He recommended me to the young man. He said, "Look, Emma, try him, trust him, and see what happens." He's a Liberian guy. He lives in China. He works at a so he works at a stereo system. So where he works, they sell like stereo system for like bars, clubs, these entertainment type equipment. So that's where he works. So what he does for you, he's like an agent. If you have a list of things that you want him to purchase, um, first of all, he's gonna have his electrician in Liberia go to your house, do your assessment, talk to you what kind of gadgets, what type of equipment that you want in your house, or what you have there, where you want the lights, how many of certain things that you want. Then the person will go there, do this assessment, come back to him and tell him, okay, the person need X amount of plates, 600 watts, however many watts, a battery, inverters, cables, those things that are needed. And then when he review it, he's gonna let you know. He's gonna tell his electrician this is too much. It's too much. But Liberian price is too much, so it kind of amplifies everything. But what he does, he would take apart the list and tell you, okay, these are the things that are needed. And what do you really want? For me personally, I told him I want everything. I don't use microwave, but if I have to use microwave, it's in my house. I don't use microwave often. But please put on the list, because maybe I might need to use microwave. So he will gather that info and then tell you how many plates you need. And what Prince does is he really helps you, because he tells me money doesn't grow on trees. I said, well, breaking news. Tell everyone like, bro, money doesn't grow on trees. So he will get all that info for you, and then give you a list if you're satisfied with the pricing. In this case, as I told you guys, my whole solar system came up to $1,650. The shipment was five something, came up to $2,000 plus. I gave him my fee. I'm print a fee, and then of course the person who's going to install it, the guy that he recommended do he does the work. So anyway, so Prince will go to Guangzhou, Guangzhou. I've been to China, but I went to Xiamen. It's a port city. I've never been to Guangzhou, whatever they call it, Guangzhou. That's where he would go. He would talk to he would speak Mandarin. I want to know a few Mandarin. Ni hao ma, wu hen hao, shisha. Okay, that's how far my Mandarin can go. So he will communicate with these vendors and tell them, okay, this is my list of items I want, blah blah blah. And they would tell him like, okay, how many pounds, because you want to know before you can ship it by air, or you can ship it by the cargo ship, whatever. Cargo ship, like I said, is $5.30 per pound. So if your whole, you know, that you can just multiply $5.30 by the number of pounds that your material will be, and then Prince will get all these equipments for you. And then please compensate a young man, okay? Listen, time is money, guys. Time is money, okay? He'll because if think about it, if you were to buy a plane ticket to go to China, compared to giving somebody $200, I mean, makes sense. So he will get your stuff, put it on the ship, or ship it, whatever. It reach to you in the time frame that they say will reach to you. Okay, and you get your stuff. So his name is Prince Dolo. I have his number. I don't come on this channel to give you anybody name to spoil my credibility. So if I say one person name on this channel, you better know it's true. Okay. All right. So Prince will do that for you. Let us, if you can find a way to have electricity in your house, don't be in darkness. Don't be buying gas for a generator that make noise. Wang, 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 wang. You want to sleep with generator noise? I don't think so. So get yourself solar panels like I did here. I go to Africa, no mosquito. The secret to no mosquito is to keep my air on 24/7. No mosquitoes. So get yourself a solar panel. I'm just giving you some secrets, Anyway. Yeah. So that's a way to get that. Let me see here. Is there any way you please post his number? Yes. I have to go to my WhatsApp. Give me a moment. Okay, so I thought Prince number is in Chinese. So my people, I need to brush up on my Mandarin. Oh. Yeah, come on. Okay. Nope, no, that's not what I need to do. Okay. Oh no 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 no. Okay, guys. I think. Well. All right. So I'm gonna put his number in the video here when I'm done. Cancel. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely put his number, in the video description. For some reason, I can't type the number here. I'm not on my StreamYard typically when I'm able to like write comments, but I'm going to definitely put his number here. So you can come back in the video description and you will see his number here. I'm gonna share his number with you guys, so you can always contact him and say, hey, Zawadi, give me your number. Yeah, that's his WhatsApp number. That's how I communicate with him though, on WhatsApp. So you can communicate with him, and you can let him know it's me, and you guys will talk about it. Trust me, he's very trustworthy. I mean, nobody's perfect, but I hate to say somebody's like this and that, give a 99.9% whatever, but he's good at what he does. Let's see. Oh, Russell Williams, thank you so much. It's so funny because I keep telling myself when I have a boy child, his name is gonna be Russell. I know, because I love Russell Wilson. Anyway, we move we move, and this will be the end of my life. Yeah, this will be the end of my show. um I think the next time you guys will see me. Sorry, sorry. So anyway, no, no, I'm on my life. So anyway, what was I gonna say? Okay, so I think the next time you guys are gonna see me on my YouTube here will be live, in terms of live, of course, when I'm heading to Ghana. I'm gonna do a live video letting you guys know I'm heading to Ghana now. And then when I go to Liberia, my favorite country in the whole world, then you guys are gonna see. But that'll be the next time I get on. Actually, you know what? When I get to LA tomorrow, I might get on live. Because I'm meeting with a Liberian sister. Ooh, top model. Ooh. So you guys will see. You guys will see You guys will probably see her on my life when we meet up tomorrow in LA. Then, like I said, I'm going to Africa. You guys are gonna see me do my little vlog. My little vlog. Get in the plane, sleeping, chilling, getting to Africa, eating my first healthy food. Sigh. Sigh. So yeah, anyway guys, have a pleasant night. I have a flight to catch early morning. Excuse me. Have a good night, and stay blessed. Stay blessed.